I want to come over here, move right over here, and start the pot for our BLT soup. Now I've got a half a cup of diced bacon. And I'm going to throw this in here and just let it start browning. All right, we're going to let that brown and let all that pork fat come out of there. All right, now our bacon is browning and you can see the fat coming out of the bacon. So y'all forgive me when you see me do this. But I'm going to add just a couple of tablespoons of butter, just to make sure our soup is nice and rich. All right, now I'm going to add a half a cup of chopped green onions or scallions, whatever you call them. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a half a cup of self-blending flour. Now, when I say self-blending flour, that's not like the flour that you would use to make biscuits or cakes with. And it's an extra fine flour. I don't know if you can see how fine it is on my finger. And this flour will not lump on you like a regular flour will. All right, so I'm going to add 3 cups of shredded lettuce. All right, now we're going to add our flour. And remember, the name of this is instant blending flour. That's what you would want to look for in your grocery store. Toss that over our ingredients. And in this other pot, I've got 3½ cups of chicken stock that's boiling. And now we're just going to take this. In fact, I'm going to get a rag and move this pot closer to me. And I'm just going to add the chicken stock. All right, now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add 1/8 teaspoon of grated nutmeg. That's not enough to say, oh my goodness, I taste nutmeg, but it's just enough to give it a nice little underlying flavor. And I'm going to add about 1/8 teaspoon of red pepper flakes just to give it a little kick. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of diced fresh tomatoes. So there you have it. BLT soup. Look how good that looks. All right, I've got one more ingredient. All right, we've got one last ingredient to add to our soup, and that's some heavy cream, because you can see that flour made it nice and thick. Now, if you don't want the cream, you could always use a chicken broth. So you can put this in the crock pot now, let it stay on warm until everybody's home and ready to eat. Now I'm going to ladle some of this up. We've got the B, we got the L, and we've even got the T. But what do you eat on a BLT? Mayonnaise is right. So I've got some mayonnaise here and I've got some sour cream, just to cut the richness of that mayonnaise. I'm going to blend a little sour cream in it and garnish my soup with that. A few green onions. And then, of course, the last thing is just a little bacon. And look how delicious that looks. You're going to be surprised and amazed when you taste that soup and find out how delicious BLT soup is.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.